Your dog follows you everywhere. But here's the question nobody wants to ask. If someone else fed your dog tomorrow, would they still love you? Because what if your dog isn't attached to your heart, but attached to your food? Every dog owner wants to believe one thing. My dog truly loves me, not because of treats, not because of walks, not because of survival, but because of a real emotional bond. And honestly, dogs make it very easy to believe that. They wait for you at the door. They follow you from room to room. They stare at you like you're their entire universe. Sometimes it feels deeper than human love. But what if we've misunderstood dogs completely? What if your dog follows you for the same reason ancient wolves followed humans thousands of years ago? Food, safety, survival. That possibility sounds cruel, but science actually supports part of it. Long before dogs slept on our beds, wild wolves discovered something important. Humans always had leftovers. The wolves that stayed close to human camps survived longer. Over time, the friendliest wolves gained an advantage. Generation after generation, those animals slowly evolved into modern dogs. In other words, dogs became experts at living beside humans because humans provided resources, and suddenly the relationship becomes harder to understand emotionally. Because when your dog stares at you lovingly, are they expressing affection or are they simply responding to thousands of years of survival instinct? Researchers once tested this idea in a fascinating experiment. Dogs were placed inside a room with two choices. On one side was their owner, on the other side was food. Many dog owners believed the answer would be obvious. Of course, dogs will choose their humans first. But some dogs didn't. The second the experiment began, certain dogs sprinted directly toward the food. No hesitation, no emotional conflict, just instinct. For many owners watching the experiment, it felt heartbreaking. Because deep down, every person wants to feel special to their dog, not replaceable. But then something unexpected happened. A different group of dogs completely ignored the food. Even high-value treats couldn't distract them. Instead, they ran toward their owners first. Researchers noticed something important about these dogs. Their owners interacted with them differently, not just through feeding, but through emotional connection, touch, eye contact, communication, daily affection. The relationship wasn't built only on rewards, it was built on presence. And that discovery changed how many scientists viewed dogs forever, because it suggested something powerful. Dogs may absolutely care about food, but emotional attachment can become even stronger. Still, there's another uncomfortable truth most owners never notice. Many people accidentally train their dogs to value rewards more than relationships. Think carefully about how dogs usually learn. Sit, treat, stay, treat, come here, treat, good boy, treat. Over time, some dogs begin seeing human interaction as a transaction. Obey behavior, receive reward. And eventually, the reward itself becomes the focus. That's why some dogs suddenly ignore commands the moment treats disappear. You've probably seen it yourself. A dog behaves perfectly while snacks are visible, then acts like you don't exist afterward. Funny on the surface, but psychologically revealing. Because real emotional attachment behaves differently. A deeply bonded dog still wants your attention even when nothing is being offered. They rest beside you quietly. They watch you while you work. They check on you when you cry. Not because food is coming, because you matter to them. And perhaps the clearest proof appears during emotional moments. Think about thunderstorms, fireworks, vet visits. Many dogs completely lose interest in treats during stressful situations. Instead, they search for one thing, their person, you. That behavior says something important. When fear becomes stronger than hunger, emotional attachment often reveals itself. But the most heartbreaking examples appear inside animal shelters. Shelter workers see two very different types. Some adapt to new owners quickly. Within days, their emotional focus changes completely. But others? They wait days, weeks, months. Some dogs stop eating after losing owners. Some sleep beside doors endlessly. Some continue searching for people who never return. One story from South Korea shocked millions online. After an elderly man passed away, locals noticed his dog returning to the same bus stop every evening. At first, people assumed the dog was looking for food, so residents began feeding him regularly. But even after receiving food every day, the dog kept returning to the exact same place. Same time, same bench, every single evening. He wasn't waiting for food. He was waiting for one specific human being, someone who would never come back. And suddenly, the idea that dogs only care about survival becomes impossible to believe, because emotionally, that behavior feels like grief. Science may support that idea too. Researchers studying dog brains made an incredible discovery using MRI scans. When dogs smelled their owner's scent, pleasure centers inside the brain activated intensely, sometimes even more strongly than food rewards. Think about that carefully. Your smell alone can comfort your dog, not treats, not toys, you. And maybe that's the strongest evidence yet that dogs experience something emotionally real. But here's where things become even more interesting. Dogs don't love humans the way humans love humans. They love us the way dogs love. And those are very different things. Human love is complicated. It includes language, memory, future planning, expectation. Dogs live differently. They exist almost entirely in the present moment. When they trust you, they trust completely. When they miss you, they feel it immediately. When they fear losing you, their entire emotional state changes. That's why your dog watches you leave through the window. Why they panic when suitcases appear. Why some dogs refuse to sleep peacefully until their owner comes home. To humans, it can seem dramatic. To dogs, your absence changes their world completely. And maybe that's why people feel such powerful emotional comfort from dogs. Because dogs rarely hide how they feel. Humans often love conditionally. Dogs usually don't. They don't care about status, money, appearance. To your dog, your existence alone matters. But that still leaves one uncomfortable question. How can you tell if your dog truly loves you or simply depends on you? The answer is surprisingly simple. Watch your dog during moments when they gain nothing, when there are no treats, no walks, no rewards. What do they choose then? Does your dogs still sit beside you quietly? Do they still follow you into empty rooms? Do they check on you when you're sad? Do they simply want to exist near you? Because that behavior reveals something important. Real attachment isn't always loud. Sometimes love looks like silence. A dog sleeping peacefully beside your feet. A dog staring at the door until you return. A dog placing their head on your lap for no reason at all. No commands, no rewards, no survival advantage, just connection. And maybe that's the real reason humans became so emotionally attached to dogs in the first place. Not because dogs need us, but because they choose us emotionally even when they don't need anything at all. Still, there's one final truth most people never realize. Your dog's love is fragile. Not fragile because it's fake. Fragile because dogs give trust completely. The way you speak to them matters. The way you touch them matters. The time you spend with them matters. To you, missing one walk may seem small. To your dog, every interaction shapes their emotional world. Because unlike humans, dogs cannot understand excuses. They only understand presence. And maybe that's why dogs break human hearts so deeply. Because they offer a kind of emotional honesty that people rarely experience anywhere else. No manipulation, no pretending, no hidden agenda. Just attachment, pure and immediate. So, does your dog love you because you feed them? At first, maybe partly. But if your dog searches for you during fear, waits for you when you're gone, or chooses your presence over everything else, then the answer becomes something much deeper. Your dog doesn't just see you as a food provider. To them, you are home.